Hello, everyone. My name is Valdren, and I'm a senior analyst at BeInCrypto. And today with me, as always, there is Konstantin, who is our global trader. So today we're going to talk about Cardano, which is ADA, Solana, Polkadot, and MATIC, and what to expect from their movements in October. Okay, so today's session is going to be mainly technical analysis. So I will share my screen right now. And yeah. Okay, so as always, I'll start with the weekly time frame. I'm not bullish on ADA yet, so let me just fix it a little. So, okay, again, using the log chart here, basically, obviously Cardano has been bearish since that all-time high right here. And I think shortly afterwards, it did break out from the ascending support line. So yeah, Cardano has been bearish since then. It has decreased by 85%. So the two things which I notice immediately are that the bearish divergence trend line, so basically this trend line that started here, is still intact. So ADA did make an attempt at breaking out, but it was rejected. So to me, the trend is still bearish. And additionally, when we consider that the main support has not even been touched yet, so basically the price kind of has been hovering above that 0.46-ish area for a while, since May actually, but it hasn't even touched this support yet. So I know, just to me, the most likely scenario would be maybe something like this, just like slight deviation, reclaim it. But in any case, I think it would be very likely if that the area is actually touched, especially since the weekly RSI is still below 50. Now, when we move to, actually Cardano is one of the coins which I've been looking at for a really long time because of this like really, not weird, but a very, very long-term consolidation right here. So basically we have this, I really believe this is some sort of either fourth wave or B triangle, so I'll remove this just in case, but I'm pretty sure that's an ABCD completed here because there is so much overlap. And I know that's like the only count which really makes sense to me. And basically, like I've had these drawings since like for a month here. So if we break out above here, I'll get invalidated, and this to me will confirm it. So we're like very close to confirming it finally. And then the 1.27 level here would coincide with that previous support line outline I mentioned, and like worst case scenario would be 0.22. But yeah, RSI is also below 50, decreasing. So yeah, basically I have a pretty bearish outlook on ADA right now. I do think it will break down soon. And yeah, like once this support is broken, I think it probably goes much lower. Even if we just look at like closes. So I mean, this was an important area here, I guess. So many more closes, 2 deviations, but really important area. And then we have this area right here. So several long upper wicks. So yeah, basically I do believe that Cardano breaks down soon and moves towards new lows.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. I mean, Cardano looks super bearish right now, but I think there are some key points to consider, which I consider bullish right now. So I will just share my screen and show it to you. So as you said, we didn't break out bearishly yet. So we're still above the support. And I think that's actually very bullish. So to be clear, Cardano is still very bearish, but that we didn't break the support yet could be some sort of bottom formation here. Because since we reached the $0.4 range, we touched it several times, and since then we are trading a little bit above it, creating higher lows. But on the same part, we still get rejected at each golden ratio that we possibly find. So after we reached that high, we went back to the 0.4 range, then went up to the golden ratio resistance, got rejected, and then the same thing happened again. We got rejected at the golden ratio again. So there's certainly no bullish confirmation. The trend is still super bearish. but that we didn't break the support yet could be some sort of bottom formation. Especially a lot of cryptos look like that right now. So maybe we're starting a consolidation phase. Maybe the end of the bear market could be very soon. But yeah, we need to look out for a break. And if we break out bearishly, it could go very low indeed. But I think we could still get some support at the monthly close of the 2018 high. So we still have some support between 0.34 and 0.4. And also the monthly histogram of the MACD is ticking higher, which is also kind of bullish. But yeah, we have to see we have to see the price movements of the next few days, because the monthly candle closes very soon and it could close lower. I mean, if we look closely to it, there's not much bearish momentum to follow in order to bring the histogram down. So if we see some bearish movements towards the 0.34 support, the histogram could close bearishly also. So maybe I'm moving to the next coin. Yeah, moving next to Solana. And Solana is for me one of the biggest disappointments right now, simply because the volatility is super, super low. So as you can see, the volatility of this month was really, really small in comparison to what it has done in the past. I mean, you could see the volatility being much higher. So Solana looks kind of the same to me, because we also got rejected at each possible golden ratio that we could find. So got rejected just recently 2 days ago, and before that, when we had a small rally from the yearly low of roughly $26, we reached up to the 46 golden ratio and got rejected 3 times and returned back to the $30 range. But then again, we didn't really touch the yearly low of $26 again. So we kind of stay above the $30 mark for the whole of September now. But we're also creating lower highs. So yeah, I'm a little bit between, maybe we enter a consolidation phase and maybe we form a bottom, and maybe the end of the bear market could be around the corner, and the trend is clearly still bearish, and there might be lows to follow. But then the next support is so far away that I'm really concerned. So if we I don't know where to find support here. Yeah, it's for me, it's pretty difficult to find support for the Solana after we touch, or we break the yearly low of $26. So I kind of lean towards not breaking the support, simply because it would bring crypto tremendously down. And then if that happens, I could see Bitcoin at 6,000, and I don't think that we reach 6,000 right now. So yeah, moving on to the next coin with you.
Okay, so yeah, I'll share my screen. Just a second. Yeah, so just to give my thoughts on Sol, also, like, I'm less bearish on Solana than I am on ADA. The 2 main reasons are the bullish divergences, basically, on both the weekly and the daily time frames. So yeah, we have some bullish divergence here. And yeah, but like Konstantin said, if this breaks down, maybe we have some like support here at 20 and then basically zero. So yeah, that's the only thing. But what kind of weirds me out a little, this is also happening on Bitcoin. So basically, like, I mean, I really like trading bullish divergences, and this here is a pretty massive divergence right now. But then again, like, it doesn't really lead to anywhere. So I don't know, it's weird because, like, The price action to me is still bearish. I mean, we have multiple rejections, basically deviation right here, and then a rejection. But yeah, I know, like the bullish divergence kind of makes me want to think that it's gonna move up, but price action doesn't. So yeah, I'm not as clear on Solana as I am on ADA. So yeah, the next one would be, let me clean this up. Okay, I'm actually more bullish on this one. So I have a chart on it, several reasons why. So first one is this breakout, basically breakout here. And I think RSI also broke out. Like I'm really looking for these breakouts here. Actually, it hasn't yet. So yeah, I mean, as you can see, the RSI has been followed really well. Basically, we have the bearish divergence, which actually began the entire move. So this one here, bearish divergence, down move. And here to me is a clearer signal if this breaks, because in one side, RSI would break out from its bearish divergence trend line, and on the other, RSI would move above 50. So basically two things which would make me bullish but haven't occurred yet. What makes me a little more bullish in I'm not sure if people pronounce it MATIC or MATIC. I'll just, I don't know, MATIC maybe. So like I think it's immediately visible, the contrast by how far this is from its lows relative to both Cardano and Solana. So a lot more strength. Basically, it's still 140%, nearly from above its lows. And the next thing is that I think this has a 5-wave upward movement. Like this would be very weird as an ABC to me. So yeah, my most likely scenario would be that the 5-wave move is here. I'm not sure about the exact count, maybe something like this. Doesn't really matter in the larger scheme of things, but just worth noting. And yeah, so I think we have been decreasing in an ABC sense. And so in order to find potential bottoms, I always look for confluence. So basically right now we're above the 0.5 and there is horizontal support at 0.6. So the next thing I would do is measure the distance of A and project that to B. It's actually in the middle, so this doesn't really help me. But yeah, basically maybe this area here, so from 0.64 to 0.59, I would look at this area for a potential bottom. And if we get signs, then good. If not, I think this goes slower. But actually, in the case of MATIC, I think this has bottomed, with the bottom being this one. So yeah, basically, I don't think it will go below 0.31. That's like a more than 100%, 50% decrease. And like crypto would really have to completely break down for this to happen. So yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that. MATIC looks way bullisher and had quite a run the recent days in the summer, during the summer. I don't really have much to add. Only one thing maybe. I will share my screen real quick. So yeah, for me, we're in an upward movement. Let me check. My screen is already there, right? Yeah, all right, okay. So for me, we're in an upward movement, but we broke the 0.382 FIB support and could now retrace down to the to roughly 60 cents basically. But then we can bounce off that support very strongly and continue the upward movement. For me, the 50 week the 50 week EMA is really important resistance. So we have to break roughly $1 in order to rise to the next FIB resistance at $1.30. But the histogram of the weekly MACD is already ticking bearishly lower for the third week in a row, which adds to my point that we probably retrace down to the golden ratio support at roughly 60 cents. But other than that, I think, yeah, MATIC looks quite bullish, at least much bullisher than the other coins that we already discussed. And I also think if we break the golden ratio at 60 cents, we have some strong support here between the 26 and 34 range. So what's left? So we discussed about Solana, Cardano, and MATIC, and then we jump to DOT, Polkadot, right? Yeah, Polkadot doesn't look too bullish. It also got rejected at the golden ratio resistance. Let me check if we got rejected again. Basically, we got rejected at the 0.382 fib level, which is even bearisher than a rejection at the golden ratio. And now we're back at support. Actually, we touched the all-time, and not the all-time low, but the yearly low of roughly $6 again, which is kind of rare because most cryptos, they stayed above the yearly low and created higher lows, whereas DOT already reached it again. And yeah, it looks really bearish to me, to be honest. The weekly MACD of the histogram is also taking lower, but there's no fib support coming to save DOT right now. So if this support breaks, I think we could go down to 350 or 420 range. Yeah, that's about it. Towards the upside there are a lot of strong resistances to break, and we are far away from that. So the first thing I want to see is the break of the $6.8 range, and the next is the $7.3 range. And as you can see, we rose this week to this level and got rejected very hard. So yeah, it doesn't look good to me. So I'm really interested in your views.
Yeah, I kind of have a very similar view also on DOT. Just a second, sorry. My second screen died, so I just have to manage it a little. So like this, and is it okay now?
Yes, perfect.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, at first glance, the thing which kind of initially seemed bullish to me was this potential bullish divergence in the RSI, but I mean, there's literally nothing else. So firstly, I mean, this close here is the lowest of the year. And then these weak supports here have now turned to weak resistances. Yes, so like one bullish divergence in the weekly RSI is not going to make me turn bullish in a extremely bearish looking coin. And yeah, we did actually even break, or actually we didn't break the yearly low, but we're probably going to break it really soon. And yeah, same. So basically what I'm seeing is that every single support area breaks and then turns to resistance afterwards. So yeah, I also think that goes down, and then I know, like, I guess you could say it's at this support here, but it's probably lower and got rejected now. But yeah, if this breaks, then like 4 maybe is next. I don't know. Basically, yeah, this does not look bullish at all the way I'm seeing it. So very, very bearish outlook. Stop screen, yes.
Yeah, so to summarize, I think MATIC looks bullish in comparison to Solana, DOT, and Cardano. Second best coin is probably Solana. Yeah, then DOT is definitely the worst. For me, I don't really can decide between Solana and Cardano. But what you showed us made a lot of sense. So yeah, I think that's the place here, the ranking here.
Yeah, same. So basically for me, MATIC is by far the most bullish, and actually the only one which I think has a bullish formation. And then we have Solana, Cardano, and yeah, and DOT is definitely the most bearish looking coin out there right now.
I also think the recent market behavior is really weird, especially when it comes to Ethereum and Bitcoin. It seems to me that like bulls and bears are defending their levels equally, and this is usually a no trading zone to me, to be honest, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. We don't have a clear direction. It's the overall trend is still bearish, but then we are on the verge maybe to end the bear market. And I want to believe that we don't go as low as completely crashing, because we already crashed very hard, and this could lead, like, just imagine going down to, I don't know, single digit Bitcoin numbers. Single digit, I mean like 1,000 or 9,000, something like that. That would be horrendous. And then we had, I don't know, maybe so much FUD, because the FUD is always waiting for a price stop to come out, and then it can like destroy the market even more. So yeah, I really hope that this is some sort of bottom formation right now.
Yeah, I mean, same. I really don't like, let's say, getting creative at the bottom, because to me it's not worth it. Just like, I know, wait a year or 6 months and everything will be fine, instead of trying to get the exact bottom. But on the other hand, like, I know the movement kind of looks bearish. So yeah, this is a really weird period. So I know, like, trading wise, I'm trying to focus on some coins which look really bearish. But yeah, I'm honestly, I'm not trying to trade Bitcoin right now or Ethereum. It's just very choppy, very weird looking. So yeah, I'm just trying to focus on the alts which have some clear formations, either bullish or bearish. But I know, like, most long-term indicators say that the bottom should be close, and just by trying to see how long the downtrend has lasted and how sharp it's been, it should be close. But yeah, again, I'm not seeing any like clear signs yet. So yeah, it's a weird time, I'd say, right now.
Even when I'm looking at stocks like Nvidia, each attempt of going upwards ends in a lower low. So this is like a crazy bearish period right now. I don't know what to expect, but usually the trend is your friend. Going with the trend is good. I mean, it's the same in a bull market. You place your buy orders, and you don't even have to be very educated, and it might go higher because the trend is going higher. And now it's the opposite. The trend is going down, and we reach new lows. And it's kind of hard to catch a falling knife and catch the bottom. That's really hard. I think it's almost impossible. It always has to do something with luck. So right now there is no bullish confirmation for a trend reversal, and for that, yeah, we still have to wait for that, and it could take weeks to months. I was really excited to see an upticking histogram in the Bitcoin monthly chart, but it vanished, and it could take weeks to months for to appear again. And yeah, so right now it doesn't look really good, to be honest.
Yeah, so I think, yeah, we're in agreement there. So basically, are there any questions, or maybe we should wrap it up real quick? So I'm not seeing anything besides a high. Maybe wait a little more, I guess. Okay, then I guess if we have no questions, then this was it, and then we'll see you on next week's live stream. So bye everyone, and have a nice day.
Bye bye.